Well, the end of round 5 sees the board like this. And it was a good round for the Axis, mainly due to the fact that the Japanese had the sneak attack, which you saw the results of, or of which you saw the results. My grade 9 English teacher would probably slap me. She heard me talking with a preposition at the end, but here we go. So the Americans were obviously drawn into war. So the infantry was $2 a pop, and now the transports, Liberty ships, are only $6 going forward. Men are going to be 3 next turn. I thought I'd take full advantage of that. Canadians built a small fleet over here, and as you can see, the British and Canadians and Russians have moved the fleet here, trying to goad the Germans into a reckless attack, which they may actually do, but I don't know. Germans are hitting hard. They'd have a bunch of 7s and a whole whack of 5s, and then they've got a battleship here that can make it along with a destroyer. So that would be interesting, but I think the Germans would be on the backside of that one. However, that might not be a problem if they're able to take Moscow. Now, I think that's a big if. I don't think they've got the horses lined up right now to take Moscow. Mathematically possible, I guess. Not probable, but with the Soviets hurting in the economy area and with Leningrad likely falling this turn, I pulled back everything that could make it. I think that was the wise thing to do. Had I not, I think it would be an easier task to destroy the Muscovite garrison. Stalingrad is now under pressure by none other than the Italians, who have moved a bunch of troops over here. Oh, forgot to move these guys. Supposed to walk one. And why did they do that? Well, because there are no more Allied surface ships. Oh, I think Italy gets a bonus for that. They might have to own some land, though, too, so I'll check. But there was a small Canadian-British fleet here. They came and took Tunisia from the... oh boy, blanking out all of a sudden. Vichy, wow. It's been a very long day. We're also trying to line up landscapers for the backyard, and we're looking at probably like 70 or 80 grand, and that's kind of sad. So, yeah. Anyway, is the backyard that important? I don't think so. It's probably cheaper to put in a pool. Pool party at the pillbox. Anyway, yeah, they took it for the loss of just 1 infantry. They killed the 2 infantry and the boats, but they lost a cruiser doing the attack because the Vichy boats got a hit on the first round. I had to split up my forces for the attack, of course, because I wanted bombards. Otherwise, all I'd have is 2 infantry and 1 fighter versus 2 infantry, and I didn't like those odds. So, long story short, too late. I lost the British fleet, British and Canadian fleet. Now, it was just an escort carrier with a fighter, 2 cruisers, and a destroyer. And that was lost to the Italians, and the problem was that they didn't kill anything. I've never rolled so many double digits in my life. It was amazing. They couldn't get a single hit. So the Italians are looking okay. Now, I built nothing but infantry and put them in the north because I honestly thought I'd lose 2 or 3 planes here. Now, had I known I'd win that, I probably would have built a couple transports. I put the heat on the British. So it's amazing how quickly this game can change. And the Japanese contingent in South Africa, yeah, they didn't do so well. They only got 1 hit. That was it, and all 4 of them died, mainly to the help from the medium bombers who flew down from Cairo, and they destroyed the Japanese Expeditionary Force. So these transports are for naught, so the Japanese will likely bring them across this way. As you can see, we've got some convoying going on, a little bit of convoying happening here. We had the Americans getting convoyed, but they came by and stopped that noise pretty quickly. And over here, the Calcuttians are moving ever eastward, and the Chinese are moving ever westward. Well, not ever. That's their last westward move. They can't go into Soviet territory. But I figured that was a better spot to go. in that it might slow them down for Novosibirsk. So I've decided to hold on to Novosibirsk because should the Soviets survive this German onslaught, building a couple of units here could be the difference between the Japanese scorching across. Now, the thing I love about this map is, yes, the first few are worth something, but the interior, you can see that they're all blank, right? They're all blank. So you're not getting anything for putting your units way out of position there. So a Japanese charge into Moscow is rare in this game. If it does happen, it's usually an Axis victory. Down here, just trying to get the numbers back up for the Japanese. Got the Banzai charge dice ready to go. Likely take over 2 or 3 of these islands this next turn. The Dutch came down, helped out. The British built a destroyer. And Anzac built a couple of transports? I can't remember now. Anyway, there we go. And the Americans built a stack of transports at $6 a pop. We got easily enough stuff to put on them. And I had all these damaged boats that are all automatically fixed in this game, which I do like. I don't like rolling for damage. You're paying that much money for those boats, I figure you should be able to get a free fix. Plus, it allows you to plan your turn ahead of time instead of rolling for damage, and now you got to figure out what you want to buy. It really slows down the game. Well, the next video I put up will tell you the tale. I certainly can't wait for the Germans. I got to start hitting Moscow just because the Russians are still making a decent amount of scratch, and I need to absolutely get in there. And I'm going to be whittling away their economy, but they can still put in another 10 units this next turn. And that's just a lot. All right. We'll show you what happens. Probably, maybe tomorrow. More than likely, it'll be tomorrow. But no promises. You never know what can happen. I'm prepping an audition, so that takes some time. But, we'll see. All right. Good luck, everyone. Hopefully your week is going well. Work hard. Hug your loved ones. Thank your friends for playing. And I did it again. I did it again. I tell you, if my head weren't screwed on. May the dice, be with you. Oh, that's a terrible roll.